Hi, I'm MJ from Linus Publications, and tonight we're looking at doing Trump's Daily for the 25th of September, and that's a Thursday. We don't have too much to cover. There's only three angles we're going to talk about, so it's going to be a less stressful sort of day, but not really, because the angles that are here are probably going to be spurring him a little bit more than some of the other angles might be. Now, I did want to note that I also, earlier today, I put out a monthly, and that was for October. I want to make sure people are aware of some of the major angles that are happening. And in that one, we sort of discussed what astrologers are seeing for that month of October. But let's come back for tomorrow. Now, as I mentioned, tomorrow only three, but on Friday, we're going to have 10. So Friday, I think, is going to be a pretty busy day for him. Now, before going off on each angle, I just want to mention the moon and Mars are still in the third house. Third house is house of communication. So we can see that he's very aggressive when it comes to what? Communication, specifically on what's happening with Jimmy Kimmel being back on the air. So that, in addition to Disney, note that I covered Disney earlier this week, and it seems that they are prepared and they know that Trump is probably going to go after him. So that's pretty important. I covered Disney earlier this week, and I said that they're going to have this thing blow back on them later this year. So we've had the moon and Mars is in the third house, and that's why he's Mars aggression, the moon, the emotional. So that's why he is so involved in this Kimmel and just anyone sort of talking back to him. We've got the sun in the second house. That's indicating he's doing some financial dealings here that are important to him. And he's got Venus in the first house. So that's taking up like his speech to the United Nations. That's taking up quite a bit of his time. He also did that presentation on the Tylenol. Who knew he was such an expert? So we can see that he, again, hopefully the moon will be moving into the fourth house pretty soon, and maybe some of the emotional things from Jimmy and Disney will be a little bit behind us. Now, we're going to have the moon squaring Pluto, and that's it's going to be triggering him emotionally. Moon is emotion, Pluto is control. Because of the thing with Disney and Kimmel, he's going to feel that he's not in control. And an example of that is how he put out a tweet just a while ago about the three things that happened. The the escalator didn't work, the teleprompter didn't work, and I guess his speech was only broadcast. Someone turned off the audio part, so it was only broadcast to people that had the sort of headphones on, which I didn't know. So that's something, the tweet, sort of looking at all that and saying it's some sinister plot, is something like Mars square Pluto. Now that's going to be coming up sort of at around 2 o'clock in the morning on the 25th. So while most people will be sleeping during that time, he's probably going to be up tweeting, because this is going to be sort of emotional power struggles. He's going to be acting out. And he acts out when he is on Twitter. Well, not Twitter, his social thing. So that's one thing that, again, it's sort of going to be uncontrollable. And he's trying to get power, but, he feels it's slipping away. Now, we also have Moon in conjunct Uranus. This is the unexpected. And this is Moon, so he's, and in conjunct, he can't control this. So in effect, he can't get there from here. So he's going to have unexpected things come up, and it's just going to throw him off emotionally. Disruption, think of it as getting shocked by, a plug. He's not going to be able to control it. Impulsive. Now that's happening at around 4 p.m. tomorrow. Now, as I noted, the moon is plus or minus like 2 hours. So it could be earlier than that, could be later. But also note that I don't cover all the angles, so there are other angles going on other than these. These are the more the ones that you're going to see. There are other types of angles and other points that would also come into play. But like I said, we're not covering those. Now that is around 4 p.m. tomorrow that happens. Around 5:30, what happens is the moon is in conjunct to the North Node. And in this case, he can't get there from here. And the North Node is almost a karmic point. It's where fate tries to steer you in a certain direction so you can leave behind things and sort of grow. I suspect what's going to be happening is that he's definitely not going to want to leave things behind. His staff may be trying to push him away from responding on the Jimmy Kimmel and the Disney and anything else that comes up, but they're not going to have any luck. So in effect, his higher angels are calling him to go on a different path, but he's going to say, nope, don't want to go there. I want to get on my Truth Social and I need to, really take these people down. So that's what his attitude is going to be like. Now, as I noted, when we do Fridays, there's a lot more for Friday. So tomorrow is a lot less, but there's still pretty important angles. So he's going to be very frustrated. I hope you enjoyed this and have a great evening. Bye now.